And you are live. What's up?
Hello. Greetings.
It has been a while since we done this.
Yes, it has. It
Yep.
was too long. So yes, it's been a while. I've been out of it, not in
I heard you
competition.
spanked your head up the concrete or something. You
I
you you
did,
slipped
and
and fell.
yeah, it's still going on. It started healing, and I was back to like pretty much normal. Then my kid headbutted me right on the point
Jeez.
where it had happened. So it's just kind of everything just went and everything just unpopped.
Oh
Again.
my.
So I had to start again. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Just I still haven't had it.
Hey, Qya's here. What's up?
Hey,
Evil. All the guys are here. What's up?
hey, the gang's all
The
here.
gang. So yeah.
Excellent. I can't see the
So
chat.
okay, yeah. So yeah,
So
so
yes, the question was how are you doing and what's been going on? And I hear you've got a load of fancy new friends.
yes, I do. Everybody's my friend, really. You
That's
know?
it. Yes. So that's it's very nice to see.
Yes, I'm friendly until you're not friendly. When you're not friendly, I'm not friendly. That's how I kind of navigate life. So
Hmm.
as long as people are friendly with me, I'm friendly with them, right? You've always been friendly with me.
Yeah, that's fair
You
enough.
know,
Isn't
you and everybody in the chat right now kind of like
it?
didn't
Yeah.
know me from a hole in the wall, and then all of a sudden you guys are best friends. We're talking up and playing video games, watching movies on Discord, and it's fucking amazing, man. I love all you guys, everybody in the chat, CPE. You guys are so
Oh,
great to me, and I'll never forget it.
oh, that's really sweet. Oh, but like D. Reed says, we're all like-minded, aren't we? You know, it's like
Are we
that.
like-minded? I don't know if we're like-minded. I
I
mean,
think a lot of people, I think everyone in this corner has a like-minded,
I
but it's
think
so far down.
honestly, everybody on this on everybody in the chat, and we are so different from one another. It is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I don't know if
Like
that means that you don't can't be like-minded though, a bit. Because you can be. That's what you're like. You're saying you're friends with everyone. You can be like-minded with everyone. I don't know. In my opinion,
well,
it's
is
just
that
their
is that
attitude,
some
isn't
I think
it?
some people would say that's a fault. Maybe I just kind of like I'm a con man and I tell people what they want to hear so they are friendly with me.
Mm.
Do you feel like that's
I
what
would
I
say
do?
that would be an overly defensive way of looking at things, and I'd say that there's a lot of people who can't see any good in the world and they can't see anything positive, so they would see it like that because they might have been conned by people all their life, so they can't actually see people being genuine with each other. But what I would also say is that I think a lot of people are like that. There are a lot of like, I'll be I'll be nice to you as long as you're being nice to me. And where it all changes is when YouTube gets involved. For instance, in this case, it doesn't always have to be YouTube, but something comes in from outside and changes that dynamic.
Uh-huh.
For whatever reason, an agenda gets changed. Someone might want to not be friendly with someone for no other reason than YouTube. And that's just overnight. And you know what I mean? Like, and it could just be for
I
clicks.
guess I guess it depends on what you want to get out of YouTube, right?
Yeah. And
Um,
how
and
high you
I just
prioritize.
want to address something quick on the chat here. Uh, so you know what? Q wants me back in the Herbie Derbies. You know what? Fuck you. I'm not gonna go back. I'm gonna stay out. And
Oh.
me and Evil's kicked out too. Me and Evil are gonna make a different fucking. I don't know the name yet. We're working on. We're spitballing a name, but yeah. So sorry. What were we talking about? But yeah, like I said, as long as you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. You know what I mean? And this is all like about having fun. For me, I like talking to different people. I like, you know,
Yeah.
trying to be funny, trying to have like interesting talks. Like, that's why I like. like going on Buttock's stream because I like kind of busting his balls, and I'll
Mhm.
give my little comments here and there, like, are you fixing your dentures or whatever the
You're
fuck?
gonna see pretty much everyone at Buttocks as well, apart from
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, so exactly, and then it's
if
like
he's
the
got his
gambit over
problem with
there,
him.
right? It's crazy.
Mm.
I went on there and I had a blast. I'm sorry to say it, TCP, but I had fun. I don't have anything to say yet. Is it gonna stay this way? Who knows? I don't know. But
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
that's it. Variety is the spice of life, and communication.
exactly.
It's all really
Exactly.
important. Like, it's good for you to be showing the good example as well of what the benefit of communication can be.
Exactly. It's like I've been watching a lot of like movies lately, and you know this, right? And
Mm.
I'm watching all kinds of stuff that I don't normally watch, right? Like stuff from the 70s, 60s, even stuff from like now, like more modern stuff. And it's like I'm missing out. I felt like I missed out on so much stuff that I'm kind of catching up on now. And I think that's what it is, man. You got to expand your horizons.
And you've got to take take a sample from everything as well
Right.
as the grand cornucopia, if they'll
Right.
let you. Mm. Because they let you.
Yeah.
They let you, they won't let us. But
What? But
that.
I don't understand why. I
I
don't
don't
understand.
know.
What do you mean they don't let you?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I can attest because when one time I was on the stream with Buttocks, and we were having a blast. We were kind of, and then I had to do something, so I went away, and I come back, and Q is yelling at Dean, and I was like, "Whoa!" I came back at the right time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What's gonna happen?
I guess yeah, it gets heated. So
Yeah.
I don't
I
think I
think so
have,
much
because you
water's under
guys.
the bridge now. It's one of them
I
things,
know,
isn't it?
but still, there is that history there, whereas I don't have that history, so I'm not gonna.
Mm.
I don't have those same
Exactly.
lenses to look at them from. You know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
like,
That's what I'm saying in a way, I suppose. Yeah. It's like
yeah, yeah.
you've got like a bit of a neutral standpoint. So
I have a
you are
definitely neutral,
you're
absolutely neutral, and I expressed to them, and it's absolutely the truth.
mm,
I don't believe people based on what on third hand information. Like
it
like
gives you more
I
wiggle
could
room,
I
doesn't
could
it?
take it in. I could take it in and say, okay, this is gonna affect my like I'm gonna take this into account, but I'm still going to give anybody the benefit of the doubt until they show me otherwise.
I think that's fantastic, to be honest. It's the only
Right.
way you can
Yeah. I
find
mean,
out things. Oh, hang on.
and I've learned this. I learned this from work, right? Like I've like, when I was younger. Okay, you're muted. I don't know if you know. Anyways, when I was younger, and you're working in construction, and there's the different foremen. You work with this foreman, you work with that foreman. Sometimes one foreman will be like, oh, this guy's a hard ass, this guy's an asshole, this guy's a dick, and then you go work with them and he's great. So like, that third hand
Mm.
information, listen to what other people have to say, sometimes is because everybody's
Oh,
different and everybody gets
100%.
along different,
A
right?
hundred
So
percent.
just
Yeah.
because you don't get along with somebody doesn't mean that somebody else can't.
You have to make your own mind up with people,
Right.
and I
Yeah,
think people
exactly.
who don't do that,
Yeah.
it's only going to harm yourself. It only narrows yourself. It narrows all your future interactions, and then that in itself narrows all future interactions, if you know what I mean. So it kind of spirals. The more you restrict the sort of person you're allowing yourself to talk to, the sort of conversation you're allowing yourself to have, the tone of voice you allow yourself to listen to, and it just like becomes more and more restrictive over people who you'll actually engage with. Or what you
Uh,
can who's the one who's losing out there? It's only that
right.
one
But
person.
what I see it as is like a locker room. You know what I mean? It's the locker room with the guys, and you got to be able to hold your own or whatever. And, you know what I mean? You take
Mm,
some shots, you give some shots. And that's what I'm used to. What I'm not used to is like this crazy slander
mm-hmm,
and fucking vicious attacks.
mm,
That is crazy. You take it
exactly.
into real life. That's crazy,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And I mean, I think you've just pinpointed it, but that's like how I was, what, just maybe over a year ago, or I suppose even when I first started coming around here in general, it was a bit like the locker room and people were just trolling. Some people were a bit softer than others. It was different. It wasn't as targeted and focused, but that's what it was like. And then one day it did just change, and it did just change into the locker door opening up into the world and people running around showing their asses or
Right.
something.
Well, you know, being in the locker room, sometimes there's always that guy that, you touch a nerve and then it breaks out into a fight. You know what I mean? It happens, right?
Mm,
So you got to be careful with that type of stuff. And when there's egos and, personalities involved, sometimes stuff like that happens. But like,
mm,
I don't understand how you can. I guess it comes down to what you want to get out of YouTube, and if you feel like you have this sort of image, and then you feel like you have to protect it, and you don't want that image to be tarnished. I mean, I think I don't comprehend that. Like I don't
mm.
like I to me my image on YouTube is a straw man that you can hack and slash while the real me is here in my room protected.
Well,
You know what I mean?
what is there behind it? I mean, what is there to lose? There's only people who are like trying to
Exactly.
actually make money out of this or do whatever they're
Right.
supposed to,
So if
or maybe it's
that's a
not
different
interesting
story,
for
and
them.
I don't understand that. Like I don't understand that concept of
Yeah.
wanting to be this personality on YouTube. I don't know. Like I don't look at it like that, and I
No.
like it's like Carl said. I just here for the conversations. You know what I mean?
Well, yes. That's the thing as well. You've got to then take into account when people are doing performances and when there are varying agendas that you can't. This is what's interesting to me about YouTube. You don't know what's behind people's reasons because of that extra factor that's in there, which is massive. It has loads of different factors inside it. Like, are they interested in building their channel? How cynical is this? And then that's before all the other stuff to do with human interaction. So yeah, I find that really interesting. So it's like when someone's going to bring someone down or something like that, like what is in it for them in the first place? You know what I mean?
uh,
I don't know if that makes sense. I blame the bang on the
uh,
head.
yeah, it could be.
Yeah, yeah. No, it is. My short-term memory is screwed. It's all right for a bit, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it just fucks
Mickey
up.
fan, I'm sorry, but I'm just I'm a little bit distracted. I'm so sorry, CP, because
No, it's all right.
Mickey fan Cuya, which I mean I'm suspecting a little bit that it is Cuya. He's saying some weird stuff in the chat. He's got the weirdest avatar. I don't even want to look at it. It's fucking creeping me out.
Let's have a look at it.
How do I do that? Oh, it's right here.
Oh, is that an AI thing? Yeah, that's well,
So,
yeah. The
my
bickering, yeah.
God, who is this? What is this? They were saying Stuttering John had dentures today. Yes, they were talking about his. Oh man, this Stuttering John thing is the best thing on the internet, and the mirrors that from our community to this saga, the Stuttering John saga, are astounding. I mean, they're doing all the doxing now, and CPE. Somebody, so the other day, the Stuttering John guy, he had his stove. He had to replace his stove in his apartment, right? And so they overheard his conversation with his landlord, and she was saying, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't bother cleaning the stove because you're gonna get rid of it anyways." And then she goes, "Well, you could have cleaned around it." and, and then and then somebody, they got his information and all that, and they're calling the landlord. They're calling the landlord saying that he's trashing the apartment and it's dirty and da 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 da. And so it's like, So it's like it kind of reminds me of things that happened in our community. CPE, are you still with me?
Yes, I am. I am. I had to sort something out for a
Oh,
second,
okay, okay.
but
Because I could
it's
go on about this for all day. This whole stream could be me talking about this Stuttering John shit to you guys.
yeah. I don't know much about that stuff.
There's
It's something that you
and
and
also
Tommy.
the other day, um, Stuttering John went to NYU, right? And he was always saying, you know, he's bragging that he like the other guy, you suck, right? I'm graduated from NYU, and he put his diploma to the screen and stuff, and
Oh
like
my god! Yeah, that sounds like Tommy.
yeah, yeah. And then he put some other stuff to this camera, and he doxes himself. And like,
Oh
I'm
my
like, wow, like Stutter
god!
John is like we have people that are exactly like Stutter John. I was like, wow, this is
Yeah, it
crazy. Like
does.
it's
It's human nature, isn't it? It is. It's just like
right,
certain
right,
types of people are like certain ways, and I
right.
suppose the differences are on the community side of things, the culture side of things. It's just what sort of mix you've got.
Uh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it just like Stutter John seems to be like three different guys in our community all rolled into one. It's hilarious. They fucking they're sending pizzas, they're sending beer. Like so this guy's an alcoholic, right? So they send him beer, but it'll be like non-alcoholic beer. So he's happy that they get the beer, but it's non-alcoholic. They do shit like that, and then they're like they called his mother. So like one of the guys from the opposing show, because there's a just like people in our community, there's another guy that does a whole show just based on him.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
they make fun of him every day. And so yeah, so one of the guys from his is calling his mother, trying to become
That's
friends with the
crazy.
mother so that he can, and he keeps making
How
jokes that
long's
he's
it
going to
been
be his
going on
stepdad.
for?
Oh man, I've been following it from the beginning. It all
Oh my god.
started from a one interview. Oh my god. But it's been like a few years. Like it's not that old. It's like,
Yeah.
but it's spiraled out of control. And this thing is crazy. There's like
Wow.
multiple shows that cover it, and there's multiple
Well,
people.
that's it. There's
There's so
always
many trolls.
yeah, it happens. It happens in with something like this happens. That will automatically happen, I think, now at this point, because there's almost like a form now that
Well,
people follow.
I love following it because it's so juicy and it's so funny.
Yeah.
The jokes that and this guy,
Well,
like,
that's it because you've got experienced trolls as well. That's why I ask how long it's been
oh
as well.
man,
Because
the trolls.
sometimes the longer
You
it
think
can
our
go.
community has trolls? These guys are like, I don't know, like, you know, like everybody's like, oh, the snakes, the snakes. These guys put that shit to shame. Like this is a real dude. Like this crazy shit going on.
What sort of
But
like
it's like they're
the
all
mushing
ex
people
radio
together?
guys. It's all
Yeah.
ex radio guys. So they're doing it under the pretense of like these are radio shows because like you're from Britain, so you don't really know. There's the Howard Stern, there's Opie and Anthony, and the Opie and Anthony in particular, they used to feud with other shows because like you'd have those corny radio shows in like every market, like where like different
Right.
areas.
Yeah.
And so they would have their zany morning guy, and so they would take apart everything that they would do on their show, and so it all started from that. So now they're doing it on YouTube.
Right. I see. Okay, that makes
Oh
sense.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's my favorite thing to watch. Like I haven't even been paying attention to our community because this thing is getting so juicy and so funny that I've just been
Mm.
watching it. Like I listen to it on my car on the way home from work. I don't even listen to music anymore.
Well, I think at this time of year as well, I don't know. It's like it's really busy, isn't it? Everyone's just getting themselves started for the next year, and
Yeah.
um, and doing a bit of reflection from the previous year and stuff like that. So I always think that this time of year's, I don't know, not as much stuff going on really.
Mm-hmm.
Next month will be more. There'll be more stuff. I think it's sort of
Right.
that's why our community. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I've been going to the Bomb Nation people, and then only occasionally. I've not been for a while, but over Christmas I did pop in a few times just to. I don't know who that is.
Evil Stream says that Auntie Kumia is his dad. Wow.
Who is
Look at
that?
this. Evil Streams.
No, who's Anthony Cumia?
Oh, Anthony Cumia is the
Hello,
host of
Eagle
the
Lover.
Opie and Anthony show.
Oh.
Yes, a very funny guy. Very funny guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing about our community as well, though, is that, and I've said this before, it's moved because originally it was like it was a war. Originally, well, it turned into that, and it really was war in factions. It really was like, in my opinion, there was something to save. There was something to try and keep. Some sort of it was like a bit of a special thing that was going on, and it still is special. It's just nature, and it's just moved on. It's fine, but I was trying to at least point out what there was that was going to be lost by this, and so now that has moved on into something else completely now. But what we've got now is a good version of it, but it is just homogenous. It's a homogenized with the rest of YouTube now. So it's not so much like this specific little bubble. It is to us because it's our community. Whereas to me, externally, before there was something special about it, there was something unique about it. Now, yes, there is something unique about it to us, but in the big scheme of things, there's nothing unique about it. It's just a lolcow community now. That's all it's turned into, just homogenous. And, you know, it's actually not a very well established lolcow community with not that many memes and not that many
I don't
people.
know. I think we
Man,
have some pretty cool characters around here.
mm,
I mean, whether you like certain people or not, like I think is an interesting
cool is
is
not a good word.
definitely interesting people in this. Like
Yeah,
I
there
think
is
it's pretty
interesting people
cool.
everywhere, though. That's what I'm saying. Like with your thing, like you're going over to this one because they've got well established, well matured people who have experienced at doing these jokes and these trollings. So you're going to go with that. You know what I mean? So, like for me, that's why the unique selling point of our community before um, was the thing that drew that made it different and made it like gave it a point to it. Now it's like I could go to that community you're mentioning. I could go to the Abomination one. I could go to what's his name, King Cobra, you know, and it's all the same. It's all unique people and it's all cool people and it's all interesting life stories. Just depends what you want to take from each one.
I guess you're right. But I mean I like ours. I like the
Yeah,
characters
I
we
like
have.
it. I do like it. That's what my song was about today. What I did, yeah, I do like it. I wouldn't go it. I've thought about it. I think that's probably what my song is about, um, because it is. I've thought about it long and hard, and now it has been kind of digested and homogenized because people were scared of the unique selling point that it was. That's just for now. You know, it can change. I do think that I've looked around and thinking about it, and I'm like, it's still where I want to be. It's still the only place for me really at the moment because everywhere else is just as shit, if not shitter.
Well, like I said at the very beginning, I got you guys. If I get embarrassed off of YouTube and I get exposed,
Embarrassed off
I get
YouTube.
a fucking, you know what I mean?
Sent
And
off with your tail
I
between your
go
legs.
to cry at the docks. I always have you guys in the Discord, and I'll be all fine with that. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of matured in its own way. We've got our own community that, you know, our own culture that we've
Yeah.
you know, got. But that's what happens with these. What you were saying, you know, I mean, that is just natural, and it does reflect everywhere. You know, that is what people do. That's humans. You're going to get that everywhere. It's
Uh,
interesting. It's like going into all the different discords. I've not done it for a long time. But back in the day when I used to do that, like it is like the Little Prince. You know, everyone's got their own
yeah, yeah.
ways, and
No,
it is like,
I haven't done that. I just talk to you
oh, it's
guys.
not.
That's it.
Yeah,
And I'm not. I don't know. I'm not.
no,
I've thought
yeah.
about like there's different ones, like different things that I've been into, but it's like it's so much work to like befriend and get in there, and
No, I
just
was
these
never.
communities are so much larger. So it's like,
Yeah, I was never bothered about that stuff. It was just sort of places to post stuff, really. I think there was one that I did obviously get involved in because it started up while I was there, and so I was there
mhm.
at the beginning. But yeah, that place was really fucked up. That was like a proper cult, and people weren't allowed to say things. It was like it
Man,
was proper, like proper stitched up, and I've never seen anything
yeah.
like. That's what got my
I,
whole interest in narcissism and stuff from people because I was like, wow. So some
Well,
nice stuff.
you should watch the Stuttering John thing because
Mm.
that's all about that stuff.
Yeah, I bet it is because well, you can't
Okay,
have old stuff coming up, can you? We've had it ourselves, haven't we? With
yeah,
obviously the Amico as well.
yeah. Like here's a small story from that just happened recently that it kind of outlines like so he had so the Stuttering John guy had a moderator who was in there, right?
Oh, internet. Okay. Yeah.
And and so um man and so yeah he's pissed off at her for some other reason and it's like dude her husband she's with her husband like she's grieving like she's in a hard spot with her husband dying of cancer and you're here like giving her shit for some like YouTube video like channel like who are
Oh,
you to like you know what I mean and
yeah,
then
yeah.
like yeah yeah and apparently they got so pissed off that they're about to release the DMs of him hitting on her while she's
It just sounds classic,
her
classic human nature. Yeah, classic human. Yeah.
and it's such a
I mean, that's similar to
narcissistic
what's happening
thing
with that
like
bomb stuff.
he's not even thinking about that the girl is going to be like dealing with her husband that's passing like that's dying you know what I mean he's hitting on her that's ridiculous
Mm.
right
Not to him, it's not to him, because from his value system, and if he is a narcissist, he hasn't got reality testing. So he's got no one outside. He's got nothing outside indicating to him that that's right or wrong. So to him, that's an opportunity. You know, when it comes to narcissism, it
okay
doesn't. It's not. It doesn't fall far from the psychopathic tree. You know, and
how
so
about
they
this
see that as an opportunity.
would you do something for me and maybe pay attention a little bit to this studying John thing and we can get back in a
Yeah,
few weeks and we can talk about it
yeah. I'll try. I will.
would you
I'll
do
try
that for
when I
me
get time. Yeah. How,
you don't
you
have
have
to
to
watch
send me the links
everything
then.
you don't have to watch
Send me
everything
the
but like
links
maybe
then.
catch it here and there
Yeah, if you send me some pertinent links, the ones that are like
pardon
useful and things like yeah. Like
uh-huh
send me the links, the right ones, like videos
I'll
that you
send
think
you
are
the
like
two channels.
good.
There's two channels, and you don't have to look into all the history. Just watch it
Mm.
from you know from now, and
Yeah,
like you can catch whatever you want. I'll send you
yeah, it's good.
the
I've
actual
watched
Study
it from
John
the
channel
IR.
and the other
Yeah,
guy
I've
that
watched
goes
it
against him.
from yeah, oh yeah,
And
yeah. Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I will
and
watch
then
that. It will be good to see a
and then
comparison.
we can do a follow up afterwards. We can talk about what happened in the time or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, we can
That would
do. I mean, I can do it from an outsider's. I don't really want to commit to getting super into it or anything and following threads and things like
no.
that.
Just like I said, you just have to catch it. Just watch him a little bit and
Mm,
see. You can comment on like
yeah,
what
yeah.
you've
What's
learned about
it
the thing and
like?
say like, see when he does this, this is this, and you know what I mean. Kind of break it down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We could definitely do that. Definitely, definitely. Because I would watch that out of comparison as well. Because that Bomb Nation thing that I keep mentioning, that's an interesting one. Because that, I think there's various different arms of this one as well. And from what I've gathered, it relates back to bigger channels, but I don't know how big the bigger ones come out. I can't remember what she's at. She's like, oh, I can't remember what the numbers are. But yeah, so they have bigger channels that sort of hoover around them. The people who I watch, the level that I'm at, they're at. They have people who are like a bit bigger. I can't. Are they as big as like 56K? I'm not sure. Maybe a bit bigger than that. Yeah, I think they were bigger than that even.
Uh-huh.
Maybe like 200, 300. And they were all sniffing around these smaller ones. So I think that might be a more matured version of it. So now it's kind of like an ecosystem, but they've all got their part to play. They all know what they're doing. It looks like they're all kind of just maneuvering around in like a dance that they all know they're doing. And they just kind of go around the motions just to generate content for themselves and then by that for each other, and it's kind of got into like a
Uh-huh.
machine over there. It looks like, and it's just I don't think all the heart's gone out of it, but it's interesting to see it when it's more of a machine. And there's just like hundreds and hundreds of people who are just swept up in it, and who were just like, yeah, she's a fucking bitch, who were like just popping in. You know what I mean? Who were like, don't know anyone from
Uh-huh.
anywhere. They're just coming for the shouting match, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Not, I prefer where we are. I prefer our little shitty area. I like it. I like how personal it is.
Yeah.
Um,
But I do think that's kind of
yeah, there's a
I think
place
I
for
think
that.
I think that's kind of shitty if you're like if you feel more comfortable doing that because like of the whole female thing.
No, I just
Uh,
find it interesting because most of those are females, yeah, but there are some blokes involved. But I
uh-huh.
find it very interesting as a comparison. No, I wouldn't. It's a nice place to visit occasionally, but I wouldn't want to live there because it is like, yeah, it's not that I feel uncomfortable too. So no, mate, like they aren't gonna push
Okay.
it away.
So yeah. Well, actually, I want to check out that one. Maybe I'll check out that one, and you check out Stuttering John, and we'll compare notes after.
It's just interesting as like as a what's it like a best practice sort of thing.
Maybe I'll go there and I'll start simping for some of these chicks and see how it goes. What is
Yeah,
there is
but the
are
last
any of
I
them named
talked to,
Emily by chance?
I
I
think
really
there might
love that
there
name.
might I've absolutely no idea. I don't pay that much attention.
Emily or Penelope?
When I
You
go
got
on
those I want
no,
to go after
no.
her.
When I go on, I just talk to people about how long their war's been going on for and just sort of similarities and differences and stuff and just like kind of what we're doing now. But yeah, I've not noticed in the people who I landed in a quite a nice bit of it. And yes, people, I think there's people like exchanging money. She don't get a huge amount of money or whatever. But it's not simping that I've seen. I've not really seen that much simping. I've seen a little bit, but just the same as normal people are in that sort of situation. A
Uh-huh.
little, but nothing major. And I've
Uh-huh.
not seen her being out of order at all or be having her because I think again that comes from the matured aspect of it. And
Yeah.
again, it depends on where they're coming from. Like, is it purely for channel building? We don't know.
Yeah.
We're
It could
putting
be.
through on. You don't know.
I've also been trying to be a fan of Saggy Melons. I go
Uh,
I, I go to her streams all the time and she always responds to my messages. She's very receptive. So I yeah. So
Saggy Melon's his biggest fan, as you know.
well I don't know. I can't always like lately she's kind of like I used to like her better when she when she used to yell and like get mad all the time. But now she's like kind of a little bit more reserved and like talking about topics that I don't care about. Like, so it's harder to watch now. But like, I think she's cool, and I like listening to her rant and shit. Like, it's funny. It's I guess it's like I didn't understand what the appeal of Darius was, but I guess I'm getting that out of Saggy Melons. She's awesome. I like it. Maybe she's subscribed to my channel. I think about that sometimes. I wonder if she's subbed.
You
She
sit
always
there
like
thinking
she's
about
like
saggy
she like
melons.
respond like I'll say hi in the chat.
What?
She sees me. She sees me, and I'm like, oh my god, she sees me. She's got pretty amount of people there. Like sometimes she's like in the 30s when she streams, so it's like and she. I think my avatar is like bright yellow, so it sticks out. And if everybody noticed, you notice how CPE doesn't sound like a robot on this stream. Everywhere else, she
Yeah,
sounds like a robot, but on this stream,
sabotage. That's what it must be.
maybe.
I don't know. It must be something in my house. I wonder if it was the fairy lights from the Christmas tree. Because they were really old. They were like those vintage ones. I don't know. I doubt they've got anything to do with it. Oh, hey up, Ron. I know, Ron. I'm just biting my tongue. I'm just biting my tongue. I'm not saying
I'm just
nothing.
airing out my dirty laundry today. It's
I'm just
okay.
letting him talk on that one. There's nothing to say. There's nothing
Hey,
to say.
whatever. Whatever.
Yeah,
You
each
see,
to their own,
that's
isn't
the
it?
beauty of me, man. I'm everywhere,
Yeah,
man.
it's
I
just
talk to anybody.
the beauty of variety, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I can't. Oh, you know, it's a long story and a long time ago, and people change, so I can't comment on what Saggy Melons is like nowadays. I can comment on what she was like 3 years ago or
Well,
something,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have that. You know
which
what I
isn't
mean?
who
I
she
don't
is
even know.
now, you know, and it's
I
not.
stumble actually to be honest, I stumbled upon her channel before the whole Amico thing. I think I
Oh,
seen
did
her
you?
before all that.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
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 oh, that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
prefer
so
Raya.
I clicked on something one day and there was this chick just screaming her head off. And I was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, this is interesting."
Oh, you're one of those, are you? I was always wondering who the people were who were what sort
Yeah,
of
yeah.
people are bothered about that shite. I'm joking.
No,
No,
it's
no, I
fine.
think
It's fine. Hey,
but
man.
it's good. It's all
I
the shit
also
shows,
watch
isn't it?
Italian movies, so it's all good. I have no shame.
Mm. What does she scream in Italian or something?
No, I'm just saying, I watch sleazy Italian movies.
Oh right, yeah. Well, that's
I
good.
listen to Saggy Melons. There's a lot of shady
Variety is
things
the
that I do.
spice.
I'm a little
Variety
I'm a
is the
little bit
spice
of a
of life.
deviant. If you
Yes,
haven't
definitely. If
noticed.
you're hanging around with saggy melons, then definitely a deviant. Definitely. But wish her all the best and all that.
I don't know. She hardly goes on anymore.
Oh, I'm sure it's all the time scale, isn't it?
Or I'm
Yeah,
just not catching it.
yeah. I think when it comes to scales and things like that, people have cycles, don't they? So you might get quite a lot of content out of her in a few months, and it might just come out of the blue. Like you can't certain people. I wouldn't
Yeah.
like to predict when people disappear for a bit. It can go either way, can't it? It's like with Carl, for instance. No one ever thought Carl was gone, did they? Do you know what I mean? No one ever thought Carl was not,
Well, see, I'm totally different. To me, with when it comes to YouTube, and now it's not you guys because I think I know like everybody in the chat and you. I know you guys on a little bit more of a personal level. So if you guys were gone for if Evil's not streaming for a few days, I notice and I'm like,
yeah,
but everybody else, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
yeah,
Like
yeah. I know what you mean.
I
Yeah,
don't
totally.
care. I don't have an attachment to. I don't get this bond with anybody. It's not that
Yeah, I
easy,
didn't know
right? Like
too.
I bond with you guys because I have candid conversations with you guys. Like
Yeah, exactly.
we
Because we're
we
having a
talk in the
chat, we're
chat, we
catching up on
exchange
everyday
memes and all
life
that.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But everybody else is not real. Like, you know what I
No,
mean? It's
exactly.
not.
Well, that's it. It's like I was saying to Hyatt when he was saying about leaving it all behind and not wanting to see it. And I was just like, you literally only have to unsub from them and you never have to listen to it again.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, Ron Damon had a girlfriend named Penelope. You asshole. Fucking.
Ooh.
I always wanted to date a Penelope. I
What's she
wanted to
called?
name my daughter Penelope if I ever had a daughter.
Well, I'm trying to think if she's called Fenchurch. She's Penelope, isn't it? Fenchurch.
Penelope. Oh, that's interesting. It's
No,
a
it's
little
not.
twist.
It's Fenchurch. It's Fenny from what's it? Trinian from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I thought she was called Penelope, but she's not. She's called I think she's called
Okay.
Fenchurch. I'm not sure. I'm not. Oh, I'm getting mixed up now. My Hitchhikers. But no, right. And then there was Penny from. Obviously, there's the original Penelope as well, isn't there? Penelope from the Iliad. And Penelope from Lost. But I always think of was it Dawson who came up with some Penelope bloody name, and I don't know if it's me that they
I don't know.
call it, but they use it sometimes, and it's like Penelope Saint Farquaad or something. I don't know where the
I don't know.
preposterous things come from, like that
I can see you as a Penelope. I almost wanted to I almost wanted to call you Penelope instead of CPE because I hate saying CPE. I was gonna change it to Penelope or Penny, just to so it's easier
Well,
because
like
I
in the
can't
colour
barely
purple, I
talk.
don't like your name. I'll call you this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do the same thing with buttocks. I fucking
All
hate
right.
that name.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
I don't know
That
what
you
the point
hate.
is. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can call me what you like. Lots of people do round
Ooh.
here. I've been called far
Oh,
worse
right.
things
Yes,
relevant
right, right.
by people round here. You can do what you want.
Yeah, that's a good one. No, yeah, I'll stick to CPE, even though it
Oh no,
it
it's
gives me
unfortunate.
pain in the back of my head to say it. Uh-oh.
Oh,
What happened there?
I don't know what happened.
Oh, nothing. I think I'm just tripping.
Oh, it could be. I'm stood in the doorway and the signal's not great.
Oh, that's
So,
all right. Yeah,
mm,
yeah, I think it dropped for a second. Anyway,
mm.
I'm pretty much I think we're done here, right? Do you want to
Yeah,
talk about since we're here? I mean, we did watch the Baron Munchausen. You want to talk about that a little bit and before we
mm.
go? I
Yeah, we
mean,
can do. Yeah,
since a little test run for my new thing I want to do.
yeah.
We could talk
That sounds
about. Do
cool.
you remember the movie? I
Yes, I
kind of
vaguely.
remember.
Yeah, and I
It.
remember.
I remember it was a very beautiful movie. Like the sets and the set pieces were very
Mm,
beautiful.
it's
I even
Terry
posted the
Gilliam.
part that I really like the part where they go into where did they go? Into to the center of the earth or whatever, where they find that guy, the god of war or whatever, he's building the weapons, and then his wife
Yeah,
is the Venus, the
yeah.
beautiful
No, that
Venus,
song. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and
No.
Munchausen gets so flustered
Oh,
with
so
Venus, and she
good.
goes, they're dancing, flying through the air and everything.
Yeah, that was
And
really good. That bit.
the
Yeah.
cherubs are flying around. It's so it was such a great movie.
Yeah, there's so many good parts. It's just Terry Gilliam's angle that he puts on it. It just gives it
Yeah,
that. It's
so
so
interesting.
beautiful. Yeah,
And then
and
we
it's
had the
cool.
Robin Williams, the King
That's the
of the
bit that
Moon.
stuck out for me. The music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really cool. I
yeah.
really enjoyed that
I'd
part.
forgotten about that bit of it of the film as well. That his head. I knew his head came off because that's part of the story, the traditional
Uh-huh.
story. But like,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'd forgotten all that stuff from when, and I remembered, and it just took me right back to being a kid when I watched that again. It was proper crazy. Like one Christmas watching it
Yeah,
with my like
it's
selection box.
such a whimsical movie. Like just
Mm. How weird was
it
it?
was a treat.
The little girl looked right like Uma Thurman as well, didn't
Oh
she?
my God, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
I
was.
looked her up. I looked her up
Yeah,
and current, and she still looks like Uma Thurman. Like she grew up to look a lot like Uma Thurman. It's crazy.
yeah. She looks. And I was saying, is it because they wanted that? They wanted to find some weird sort of
Maybe,
timeline craziness going on, or did they,
maybe.
or was it just a subconscious aesthetic choice of a dominating
Uh,
aesthetic, or was it that it was like a conscious aesthetic choice because, and it just so happened that they all look like Uma Thurman because Uma Thurman looks like pre-Raphaelite, and they were going for a pre-Raphaelite style
yes,
thing.
yes.
And
And
it's
I
just
think
like,
they
what is?
both
I
had
don't
that
know which
look.
it was. Yeah, I don't know what it
Yeah,
was. She looks so much like Uma Thurman.
yeah.
It was like
And
it
it's
went
crazy.
beyond. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like uncanny. And that
Mm.
was the other thing in the movie, Uma Thurman nude. That was good for me. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, you were waiting for that one. No, but she was
That was the
great
actually
in that.
original selling point of the movie, and then it
Yeah,
turned out to
I
be
thought
this
she was
great
really good.
adventure.
Yeah, it's a great character as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
yeah. No, it was a what a wonderful movie that was. I
Mm.
really enjoyed it.
It was like a proper Christmas film, that wasn't it? Like it's the one that used to come on at Christmas.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I can see that. It
Yeah,
is. It's very
like a holiday
like
one.
especially yeah, especially with the sets. It was very like
Mm.
decorative and
Like that
ornate
Gulliver's
and
Kingdom. Do you remember that when they made that and the Merlin series? It
no, I
wasn't
haven't
like
seen that.
that.
I've seen
What?
an animated version of Gulliver's Travels, but not the live action.
Oh, it's good. It's long though. Oh, I would be well up for watching that again. Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I love it. It's Ted Danson. Oh, it's so good. It's got all the cameos in it. It's got everyone in it. Is it got Sam Neill in it? Sam
Well,
Neill's in the Merlin one. Oh, it's
we'd
good.
have to set some time. We have to set a time for that one because
That's
if it's
proper
long,
Christmas style. Yeah, I'm well up
well,
for that. I
maybe
think there's
next
about
year,
6 episodes of it.
maybe next Christmas we'll
Next
Gulliver's Travels.
Christmas. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not Christmas themed or anything, so we could watch it whenever. But it's just
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's all those like big costume dramas, isn't it? That they
Uh-huh.
put on, or
Right,
big
right.
costume productions at least that they put on at Christmas, and that was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of them. And then there was the Merlin one that had Sam Neill in it and loads of other cool people in it. And it's just cool seeing them pop up and being like, oh, that's that person, that's that person. New
Yeah,
ways of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, man, I've like I said, like I've been learning, like watching all these weird movies, obscure movies. It's like I'm really enjoying it. Even if I don't like it so much, it's like, oh, I'm glad I saw this. Like, this
Yeah.
movie that like, you
Well,
know,
because as well, if they're old, it's impossible for it to have not influenced or affected something else at some point further down the line. So you can reverse engineer some other stuff that you have seen as well once you've seen other stuff in it sometimes.
uh
Yeah, Ted Danson. Ted
You
Danson, he
remember when
was.
Ted Danson was dating Whoopi Goldberg? That
No.
was cool. That was crazy. You don't remember
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. I think maybe
Ted
I'm
Danson,
compartmentalizing it.
I think they were married at some they were
I
at
don't
least dating.
remember that. That's cool. Are they the same age then? I thought Whoopi Goldberg would be a lot older than Ted Danson, or maybe not.
No, I think they're around the same age.
Uh, he's good. He makes a great Gulliver's Travels. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
Gaiden. He must have been pulled by the Gaiden attraction.
Whoopi Goldberg must have had like a really great personality.
Yeah, you could see it though in her early stuff.
Well, she
It was
was a
all
comedian,
personality,
stand-up. I
wasn't
think she was a stand-up comedian at one point.
it? Yeah, beginning. I'd imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the films that we had, the Whoopi Goldberg stuff earlier on, they're kind of vehicle-ish, aren't they? Very vehicle-y type things.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Hmm. Yeah, I can't remember enough. We should have done the Baron Munchausen one a bit sooner after the event, especially
Yeah,
since
yeah, yeah.
it was
Well, whatever. That's fine. But I
mm,
just wanted to talk about it because it was a great movie and we watched it and it was
mm.
awesome. Like basically
It was one of
I
those
just
like
wanted to
sweet
see Uma
ones.
Thurman, but it ended up to being a great movie. And
Yeah,
like
who'd have thought
the
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 actual
part
costumes were good? Yes.
yeah, yeah, the sets and like the whole thing with the Arabian guy and in the war, like what they were always wearing, and then they go on
Yeah.
this fantastic and the part with the guy that plays the war, the blacksmith guy when they go into
Yeah.
the oh man, he does such a great job. Robin Williams does a great job as the King of the Moon, and the
Mm,
little girl is awesome, and
mm.
Baron Munchausen himself is great, and the look of it. And remember, he kept getting older or younger as as much as the girl kind of was believing in him,
Yeah.
and then he would get old as she like wasn't believing in him.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
this
it was
ambiguous thing, wasn't it, as well?
yeah,
Yeah, like you
yeah,
said,
exactly.
similar to Big Fish in that sense with that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have that on my watch list, so
Oh,
I think I
yeah,
gotta
you
get
should watch.
around to Big Fish.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah,
Maybe that's one that Mrs. Blonde would enjoy as well if she's not seen it.
yeah,
It's definitely
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah. Maybe,
um,
maybe that's what we could do.
yeah, it's definitely one
Interesting. Yeah.
that's it's got a lot going on. It's got a lot of like emotional stuff, a lot of
Uh,
family based storytelling and stuff. Like it's like that almost harking back to that classic storytelling, sitting around a campfire sort of style.
uh, Evil's
Whoopee
asking
every
Whoopi or
time.
Oprah.
Jesus Christ. No,
Yeah, Oprah,
absolutely no
hands down.
question.
Oprah, what?
Yeah.
Oprah's kind of cute, actually.
No, I was going to say Whoopi, because she's got the
You're a
personality.
Oh
Oprah's a
yeah,
lizard. Didn't you know this? Have you not heard this from Alex Jones? Oprah is like
yeah.
she's in with them lot.
She's an evil. You know what? But
Yeah,
she is cuter. I just, I gotta be. I'm a red-blooded
What
male, you
about
know.
Whoopi dressed up as Guinan though in Star Trek
Then
versus
the temple.
Oprah in her boring bloody housewife clothes?
I don't know. Maybe
Anyway,
I'll choose Whoopi and a bottle of Bacardi.
yeah. That's it.
That's what I do.
That's the best answer, I reckon.
Yeah,
You'd
that's
have
a
more
good one.
fun. I reckon you'd have
Yeah,
way more.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. You know what? You would have more fun with Whoopi.
You
Actually, you're
fucking
right.
would.
You
She's
know what?
called Whoopi for a start. Her name's Whoopi.
You know what? You're selling this really good.
Yeah,
You're
man.
right.
Yeah. Or Oprah, like an
Definitely
opera,
have a
like a
better
long
time.
drawn out.
Yeah, yeah. Whoopi will probably, Oprah will probably want to like, tie
Well,
you
it ain't
up
over
and
till the
whip
fat lady
you and
sings.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not down with that. And Whoopi's probably funnier than Oprah, so like she has jokes. Yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right. You're right.
That's it. I managed to convince you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you turned me around on that one. You're absolutely right.
I mean, I'm besmirching the good name of Oprah Winfrey. I mean, she could be as funny as could be really like even funnier than Whoopi Goldberg. She just didn't shout about it. So you
Maybe,
could do that. Yeah,
maybe,
yeah. She
but
could
I
have
doubt
more
it. I
to
doubt it. I doubt it.
do.
All
All right then.
right.
Well, I've exhausted my discussion on Baron Munchausen. No matter how much I can
Yeah,
think about ideas
it's
regarding
fine.
that.
It's fine. I think I have to, but I just want
I
everybody
wanted
to
to
know
do it a
that
bit
it
more
is.
justice
I
than I did, though. To be fair,
I
I
know,
feel like I haven't
but
done it justice.
I do recommend it. So
Yes, I recommend it definitely. It's a
it is a
treat.
good. It is a treat for the eyes
Yes.
and for the spirit as well. It is a touching. Not so touching, but it is a nice kind of like.
Yeah. Well, with Big Fish, you'll find that it's more the touching of the emotions, and it is. It has got the aesthetic stuff going on, and it is. I think it
Uh,
does try and do a bit of that Baron Munchausen sort of stuff, but a lot of it's in the sort of
yeah,
writing of
maybe
the
a little bit more, a
emotional
little
stuff.
deeper.
Yes, I'd say it was a lot more deep regarding the
Yeah, yeah.
stories and things. Yeah. Uh,
All
yeah.
right. Well, thanks to people in the chat. Evil, Ron, Huya was
Nice
here
to see
earlier.
everybody, although I can't see you, but
All the
hello.
lurkers.
I bet she does. Oh yeah, that's true. That's a
There's a
good
couple.
point.
There's been a couple lurkers here and there.
Yeah.
Anyways, see you guys.
All right. See you. Nice to chat to you. Bye.